Again, it's all interesting. I'm glad you sat here and listened to that part. Shout out to the T in the interview. But again, it's still clear as hell. This is a clear case of if that dude wasn't thrown in jail,
Speak it, Marwan.
they might still be attached.
Exactly.
They might still be calling you all demons.
Exactly.
They may still be detached from their own spirit, their own critical thinking abilities. And now they're sort of, as their leader is jailed, and as they were sort of had this sort of one-way relationship with him, no voice coming back, but their money going to him, it just turned into they were just like they just began to see themselves in the mirror, and maybe they began to hear themselves again and realize that they had skin and bones to appreciate, to realize they had a life, a family, that they had to sort of do things on their own now. No longer without, not with this crutch called Nature Boy, right? He was their crutch. Nature Boy was their crutch. That's the issue, the bottom line. They needed him way more than he needed them. And he fed off of their spirits that they willingly gave up. That's the reason, that's the thing about vampires and Draculas. You actually have to be the one to willingly give your stuff up in order for that vampire not only to bite your neck, but to take your soul, to break your soul, like Beyonce before that song came out. So it's all interesting just to hear them talk their talk here on the T channel after, hearing that song, right? F Your Chief. You heard the timeline of what led them to switch their mind, and
Have they
they now
switched?
see what we've been seeing this whole time. Like I said, we were spiritually ahead of them. We were their light at the end of their tunnel, was who we are. We are the light at the end of their tunnel, and they have to recognize it instead of putting the visors over their eyes. This is their cover was called Nature Boy. You know how people wear burqas or some Muslims cover their whole everything up. They covered their everything up with Nature Boy, clothing and helmets and visors, tunnel vision, Nature Boy, and they're talking now, getting it off their chest. What do you think?